This is Fit In Online, and I'm your host, Jimmy Langan. Today we're here with Todd Davis, son of Soul Fitness, taking us through a workout. It's a Tabata workout with some FitRanX training involved in it. Probably asking yourself, what is FitRanX? So we're going to ask the expert. Todd, what is FitRanX? Explain it to us.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for coming. FitRanX is it's a functional training evaluation system that allows me to assess all the clients that walk in the door on a scale of 1 to 8 in their fitness level. Every level tests the client's strength, their conditioning, and their cardiovascular capacity. So my goal with basically any client when they walk in the door in their first month is to prepare them for a level 1 conditioning test. 10 exercises. Everybody does the same 10 exercises, but based on if you're male and female, and depending on your age group, it's broken down into 3 brackets. Depends on how much weight you do, how much time you do per exercise, and the reps that you do.
Okay. And it was founded in?
It's founded in Southern California.
Okay.
By my mentor. His name is Nick Raines.
Okay.
I was chosen as one of the few test gyms to kind of build the model and structure. And I have territorial rights over it, and he coaches me, he mentors me, he's helped me in less than 2 years to open up my own gym, to learn how to develop a following, kind of take a brand. I saw this brand, it goes hand in hand with what I believe in, and how to properly develop somebody, an athlete, somebody trying to lose weight, just your average Joe, and has shown me how to weave it into developing my own gym and developing my own brand and following, because it's a specific niche. It's something that you're not going to really find in any other gyms.
Sure. The training style is so unique, and in order to move up through the levels, you have to pass certain assessments, which you do on a monthly basis with your classes?
Every 6 weeks. And the thing about it is that if a client comes in and they barely pass their level 1 test, if there are any imbalances in them, whether it is posturally, like they're pushing or pulling muscles, or if they're coming and they have a lot of strength but they have no conditioning, or if they've been lifting weights their whole life and they've never done any cardio, any imbalances in the training will expose themselves to me. So I know where to dial in on the next 4 to 6 weeks to prepare them for the level 2, because each level gets just a little bit harder. And what happens with most people in the gyms is they plateau, they get bored. So it gives them quantifiable and tangible goals to reach for every 4 to 6 months, to keep pushing them and keep them engaged in their training experience. For you, every level that when you go from 2 to 3, you'll have to, when the barbell becomes involved, you'll have to go from 60% of your lifting your weight to 75. It pushes your strength, it will push your conditioning, time under tension. The cardiovascular exercises get harder and harder and harder. To give you an understanding of, to pass level 8, there are only 5 to 6 people in the world who have passed level 8. You literally have to take level 7 all the way down to 1 in 1 day with 10-minute breaks in between each.
Wow.
All the way straight down.
Wow.
It's unbelievable conditioning.
Sounds intense.
Yeah.
Sounds intense. I like it. What I also like is I noticed that in your personal training experience, what you give is you give a very hands-on approach to class. Now, you may be outnumbered with the amount of coaches that you have here with the clientele, but you and your coaching staff are going around making sure everybody is being monitored and assistance is being given. Would you agree that that's kind of the approach that you take?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. I mean, the one thing I really pride myself on is a couple of things, is that I provide a personal training experience, an intimate personal training experience on a small group level. We'll have anywhere between 6 to 12 people in class. We all push each other, and I make sure that we focus on form, function, and that not only do they get a good workout, everybody wants to lose weight when they walk in the gym, or just build lean muscle, but the human body is capable of so much more. We focus on balance, stability, motor function, neuroplasticity, conditioning. It's the sky is the limit. And not only do the workouts change from day to day, but the type of equipment we use has changed day to day. They never know what they're walking into when they walk in the door. They know to bring a towel, a bottle of water, and they're going to get a fantastic training experience every single time when they walk in. That's all they know. And it keeps them engaged, and it keeps them coming back. Because in today's society, everybody's addicted to, they all want something new and different.
Sure.
Right? So when new and different becomes old and familiar, what do? We go out and look for more new and different, right? So you got to keep it fresh.
Especially
keep
with fitness, yeah, you can't have monotony in fitness, because that definitely breeds boredom, and boredom breeds laziness.
Sure.
Now, this FitRanX is the brand, it is the name, it is the experience, it is the model. However, really, what you're doing that people don't know is you are teaching them functional fitness.
Absolutely.
Right?
This is a functional fitness training facility. Functional fitness in its purest form are exercises that mimic things that we do in everyday life. Bending, squatting, thrusting, jumping, twisting, lunging. We add resistance, we add weight to it. And I'm very thankful that I got a fantastic education. I got to get a very hands-on education. I studied at the American Academy of Personal Training, and I had to do 300 hours in the classroom. And then I had to do 300 hours in the gym with 2 master personal trainers doing hands-on work, working with people who had their hip replaced, or working with professional athletes, or working with people who just wanted to lose weight. So I got to learn it and touch it, and I was taught how to use a TRX, how to properly swing a kettlebell, how to execute a WOD or teach Olympic lifting, So I'd like to teach people, this is a learning experience. When you walk in the door, I want to teach you how to eat right, take care of yourself, and just keep you coming back.
Yeah, glad you touched upon that. One thing that we're big on in Fit In Online is overall fitness and wellness is a 3-pillar system, and that is going to be your exercise, your mental health, and nutrition. And you just touched upon nutrition, and I'm glad that you said that, because as a trainer, that is definitely something that you have to have knowledge on.
Sure.
You have to be able to bring that to the table, because otherwise, really, your clients won't see results.
You can't out-train a bad diet.
Yeah, I see a lot of people say, I would say probably the average number that I get from a lot of people is that really true fitness is somewhere around 70% diet and 30% exercise, and I think that's a consistent average that I see when people try to quantify the percentage of the value between the two. So I'm glad that you said that you like to teach nutrition. I want to know kind of what got you interested in health and fitness. From when did it spark that because you're obviously passionate about it. Sure. You love not only to do it yourself and go through the FitRanX, but you're teaching people. And whenever I see somebody teaching somebody something, that means they're passionate about it because they want to share it. So where did you discover this passion?
Well, a couple of things. I've always been. I spent 6 years in the Army.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. I was an instructor in the military. I've always just been drawn to, I'm very comfortable with, I've always been drawn to helping people, trying to give back. Most fulfillment comes from helping others, right? And so I've always tried to be, other directed on other people. And I was about, I would say about 32, 33 years old. And I was going to the gym 5-6 days a week, 2-3 hours a day, and I just was starting to get nowhere. I started putting on weight. I didn't understand what was going wrong with me. I was working so hard, and I hurt myself, and I made a decision that I was going to hire a personal trainer just for 3 months to help me get healthy and kind of learn what I was doing wrong. And I had this amazing experience with a gentleman in Boston, Massachusetts, where I went to school. His name was Julio Salato, and he was a Buddhist, tattooed guy, quiet as could be, and just life led me to him, and I had the most amazing training experience, because not only did the training experience, it's a very intimate experience, and it's very strange because depending on the client, how much they will allow you in, you can touch so many different parts of their life. If you're open spiritually, if you're open to nutrition, if you're open mentally, right? There are so many things. Some people will let you literally touch their heart and change their life. And this gentleman, I was open to that at the time, and not only did he teach me how to properly take care of myself, in 4 months he got me into almost the best shape I'd ever been in my life. But I completely changed my value system, and I had such a great experience. I knew it just kind of, this is what I wanted to do. And I went at 34 years old, I decided to go back to college again, and I just decided, you know what, it's never too late to reinvent the wheel and find more purpose in life. So I went back to school.
I love that question. I love asking people why they're passionate about fitness and hearing when it dawned on them, when it hit them. For some people it's young. For some people it's something that their family handed down to them, and then for some people it's an experience. It's a moment in your life when you realize you kind of strayed from the path and you need to come back in, and usually when that happens, you kind of go the other way. So we're glad from somebody that's in the fitness industry. We're glad to have you so passionately and to have made this pathway into fitness, because you're obviously affecting people's lives here. What you're doing here with FitRanX and Sun and Soul Fitness. So we appreciate that. we're glad that we got to document it.
I'm grateful for the opportunity just to have you here. Yes, well,
And he said, oh my gosh, now you're back. I never did.
everybody, I'd like to introduce you to Jimmy Langan in Daytona. Been kind enough to come join us and document our their gym culture and our workout.
Okay, Todd, take us through the exercises.
Well, today particularly, most of the clients train with me on an average of 3 to 4 times a week. And I break that experience down sometimes to make sure that fitness is balanced, whether it be upper body, lower body. Make sure I apply the science of kinesiology, which is the human body and movement. My job as a trainer over a 10-day period is to make sure that I run you as a client, I run all your joints through their natural range of motion. Make sure that your shoulder flexes and extends, adducts, those horizontal flexion, extension, and such. So over a 10-day period, if I pick my workouts, and I make sure I run all your joints through their natural range of motion, I'll activate every muscle in your body. And so posterior and anterior, all your pushing and pulling muscles should be in good balance. You should not be overloading one particular joint too much, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I'd already done some upper body and lower body work today, and I wanted to do a total body workout, high intensity interval training. So I wanted to pick exercises that will do a lot of compound movements, which is lots of, more than 80% of the musculatory system firing at one time, a lot of joints moving, keeping the heart rate up. So when they take those 10-second breaks, the heart rate really doesn't fall down to a resting point, so they're burning a lot more fat. So I wanted to pick exercises that work the whole body. We did some upper, lower, a lot of quick burst motions. The clients really like the variety of training equipment that we have here, and having you here, and of course I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to show off a little bit. Yeah. So I picked some equipment that kind of highlighted what we have and what we do, the functional movement in its purest form, and we did a lot of pushing, we did a lot of pulling, we did some jumping, we did some lateral movements, forward movements, we swung the kettlebell, we worked on the core, the back, and we hit everything, and we got the heart rate up, and we kept it up there as long as we could. So we built lean muscle, and we burned a lot of fat.
Absolutely, yeah. The station work was great. I really liked, for me, where I started off in the station was at the boxing. And that's a little bit unique. We haven't seen a lot of that around town. Is that something that you just threw in, or that's part of the FitRanX training?
No, that's just something, boxing is personal training clients tend to really love. No matter, most people, you bring them over to a punching bag, and most people say, oh, I'm not violent, or I'm not angry, but you'd be amazed how much tension people have built up inside. And it's such an unbelievable tool of getting aggression out. And it's the best closing tactic you can have when it comes to selling on the client, is to take them over the bags in the last 5 minutes and they're head over heels in love. But especially for people who have recovering from lower body injuries, the heart really doesn't know the difference. Whether you're running in place or jump roping, or your arms are firing back and forth, right? It elevates the heart rate, burns fat. So you don't necessarily need to always just use your legs to do cardiovascular work. That's what I like about the bags, doing the different combinations, getting the heart rate going. And then the battle ropes are the same thing. You really get the heart rate up using your arms to do cardiovascular work.
The battle ropes very unique because you can get a total upper body, and I guess you can kind of get yourself into almost like a kettlebell throw, sort of with it, as well, as far as using your full body. Starting off in the squatting position, and the way that you were showing us today.
Firing, the bend and extend.
You've got some different sizes there. What was the difference in that?
Weight, one set's about 7 pounds heavier than the other. Generally, females generally don't tend to be as strong in the upper body as males are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Men are generally stronger in the chest and in the arms and the shoulders, while women are generally stronger in the lower body. In general, I'm not saying every woman.
Right.
So I have 2 different sets of ropes depending on the upper body strength and the endurance you have in the arms.
Wonderful, and we have TRX all over your gym.
Sure. TRX bodyweight suspension.
Which is huge, and we are not surprised with you coming out of the military that you are very pro TRX.
Sure.
So it's nice to see you have worked that in. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. U.S. Navy SEAL, if I'm not mistaken. Now, you also had us doing some deadlifts, and you were telling me that the point of the deadlifts today was hypertrophy. Explain that. Why is that important?
Well, the point in the style of workout that we did today was in hypertrophy was you know, the human muscle can do a number of different things, and especially when it comes to being a trainer. If you always just, you know, if I have an athlete that comes into the gym and they, you know, they love to lift, they love to lift heavy, you know, athletes are more drawn to doing power and strength exercises, you know, heavier weights, smaller reps, and human muscle also is built to do hypertrophy. It can be conditioned to do exercises with lighter weight over a longer period of time, you know, to develop conditioning for the muscle as well. You know, there's 3 different muscle fiber types you have, and if you don't train all 3 of them, you're not going to get the maximum out of your body that, you know, that you would. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, I understand. Now, you almost lost me today on a station when you said we were going to do that. The ab one, which I wasn't the only one. Everyone else in class.
Setup.
Yeah, everyone else in class was not excited about the perfect sit-up, and let me just tell you why. As you can see from the video, it is not fun. Explain why you picked that one. You're telling me it was because it focuses more on the full core and specifically targeting the lower abdominals.
Yeah, most people when they do abdominal work, they're really drawn to doing sit-ups, or crunches. They're really mostly developing the strength of the upper abdominal wall and the lower abdominal walls. Or if you do something like pedaling or flutter kicks, or especially, you know, extending the legs out and trying not to put the heels on the ground, really, you know, accentuating the lower abdominals. We find them much weaker in the lower compared to the upper abdominal, so it balances out and it gets both the upper and lower abdominals firing.
Yeah, it was intense. It was no joke. We definitely enjoyed that. That was neat. I guess that leaves the kettlebell swings, which, you know, as a trainer, I noticed that you were making sure that people had good form on that, because there's a difference between just swinging the kettlebell and having the good form, and that difference could mean a back injury, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, lower back injuries are most of the injuries that I see with people come in, or most people have lower back problems. And a lot of people, people are drawn to do what they're comfortable with when they go to the gym. Nobody goes to the gym and says, you know what, let me do something different, or something that's going to make me uncomfortable today. People are drawn to do what they're comfortable with, what their strengths are. And what I love about the kettlebell is it's a total body conditioning workout. Low impact on the joints. And it really develops a strong core, which is the center of most power comes from in exercise. And if you don't have proper posture, if you really round your back off and you swing too low, you're really going to aggravate the lower back. So, you know, that's why I use the dowels in the warm-up to really emphasize what proper posture looks like and how to utilize your hips and your pelvis. It's a pelvic thrust. The hips push forward and they swing back. You know, your pelvis drives the kettlebell up. And your shoulders, your arm strength, and your strong grip controls the tempo in which it comes down. And once you get the form down, the sky is the limit and the types of exercises, and especially the weight you can swing.
Yeah, I got a buddy, I'm pretty sure he's got like a 120-pound kettlebell, you know, which to me sounded ridiculous.
Insane.
But you know, he's a big guy and swinging it. And once you have the great form, like you said, you have the strength, it's there for the taking. Now, you also had us doing, was it a box lunge? Is that what that was?
Yeah, the TRX grip trainer. It's,
Okay.
It's another piece of equipment made by TRX. It's a resistance trainer. Really adds resistance to functional movement. I had you starting off doing some forward switch lunges with the going back from the right to the left, forward lunges, and then utilizing the resistance trainer to get the chest and the arms involved. So we were working not only the lower body and the upper body at the same time, but most importantly, challenging the core to stable those deep core stabilization muscles to keep you stabilized, trying to keep you balanced, keep you stable, and we did a fantastic job.
Yes.
Every couple exercises, I switched it up and I threw something different at you. Let's do some reverse lunges, some forward lunges, and knocked it right out of the park. Your form was great. You know, you pushed yourself the whole time.
Appreciate that. Thank you. We, you know, with Fit In Online, one thing that we want to do is we want to focus on form. You know, we're not here to show everybody that we're the biggest, toughest, meanest, you know, concrete, cracking, biggest guy you've ever seen. We're just focusing on form and, like you said, hypertrophy and trying to just just become comfortable, you know, and that's what good form will give you. One thing that I typically ask when Fit In Online comes to a gym and we do a workout with somebody, we like to say, you know, what was the most intense part, or what didn't you like, or what was the hardest part? And I'm gonna ask that for myself, and I was thinking about that. I was asking myself after we got done.
Oh, you braced yourself.
Yeah, and it was actually the jumping box, what was that called?
The lateral box jumps.
Yeah, the lateral box jumps. Now, I don't know if it was where it was positioned within the workout for me. It was somewhere around the 6th station of the 8th. And was it 8 or 9 we did that?
That was station number 7.
7, okay. So, and it may be where it was positioned, but that actually, from a cardiovascular standpoint, took out the biggest impact for me. You asked me beforehand, how are you feeling on a scale of 1 to 10? And I was pretty confident. And then I got to that, and I was like, wait, hold on. This is taking it out of me.
Sure.
So that was intense. I like that. You wouldn't expect that to be something like this, but
Sure.
that jumping that box was not easy. It's not easy, and that's why you bring stuff like this. Who would think that you have access to a gym and jumping on a box is the thing that really wore me out.
And how you jump on the box, how can that improve athletic performance or conditioning?
Explosiveness, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, plyometrics, fast twitch muscles, right? It's a different muscle fiber type. Fast twitch muscles skyrocket the heart rate because you're jumping, you're moving at a quick burst pace instead of an even eccentric and concentric, lowering and lifting motion.
So what do you think of fitting it online so far?
I think it's fantastic. I think what you're doing, coming from somebody that I am 3.5 months in, Sun and Soul Fitness, come see me. I'm grateful to say I've reached 50 clients in 3.5 months. I'm having a chance to live my dream and do something that I got into this because I wanted to. I think the highest aspiration of the human heart is to help another human being. And we don't get too many opportunities in life to touch somebody else's heart and change somebody else's life. And I've been given, I'm blessed with the opportunity to help people change their lives and improve my community. And what you're doing is inspirational from somebody who's brand new, opening up a business, to see what you're doing in the community and the movement. And I don't look at what you're doing, and I don't see it as something you're doing maybe to just get your face out there, or I see it as a movement that you're trying to develop. I see it as something that you want to do with a community, not so much just for yourself. And that's what I see when I look at you. I think it's wonderful what you're doing.
Sure.
The chance to help people get healthy, get them more mindful of how they eat, what they can do in their community. Some people don't have money to do certain things, and there's no excuse why you can't live a healthy lifestyle. And I think your journey is to make sure that everybody, you leave no stone unturned, and make sure you just close all those back doors and make sure everybody knows that they can.
Absolutely. Yeah, we definitely want to bring the healthy lifestyle to anybody and everybody. That's definitely one of our missions. So we appreciate you picking up on that. And we appreciate you having us here today. And we appreciate your service to our country. So thank you, Todd.
My pleasure.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Grateful to have you. Thanks for coming.